How did one man manage to threaten the future of the environment in America? The full story of Lee Zeldin. In American politics, sometimes a name appears out of nowhere and flips everything upside down. But the story of Lee Zeldin is very different, because this isn't just a passing trend, it's a real conflict between money, the environment, and control over decision-making. Imagine waking up one morning and finding that the person responsible for protecting the air you breathe and the water you drink decided to cut nearly half the budget. That's exactly what made Zeldin's name explode across social media. The man, who became head of the Environmental Protection Agency, didn't enter the role quietly. He stepped in, as if he wanted to rewrite the rules from scratch. The story began when he proposed a massive cut to the agency's budget, a move some described as economic reform, while others called it a direct blow to public health. Because this agency isn't just another office, it's the body that monitors pollution, protects water, and sets environmental laws across the United States. Any change to it directly affects millions of people, but that was only the beginning. After that, Zeldin began supporting the rollback or even removal of certain climate and emissions regulations. At that point, the debate turned into a full-blown battle. Environmental groups, scientists, and politicians all jumped in, warning that such decisions could set the country back years, especially at a time when the whole world is talking about global warming. On the other hand, Zeldin and his supporters see things very differently. To them, these regulations were putting pressure on businesses and slowing down the economy. Their argument is simple. Why suffocate industry with strict rules when we can balance environmental protection with economic growth? And that's where the real conflict began. Should the priority be the environment or the economy? Inside Congress, hearings turned into intense confrontations, sharp questions, direct accusations, and heavy media pressure. Some politicians openly accused him of serving corporate interests, while he insisted his goal was to restore balance to the system. But the controversy didn't stop there. More seriously, several public health and environmental organizations began calling for his removal. In strong statements, they warned that his decisions could impact air and water quality and therefore public health. Imagine it reaching that level, where the head of an environmental agency is being accused of endangering the environment itself. In the middle of all this, reports surfaced suggesting Zeldin could be considered for an even higher position like Attorney General. That only raised the stakes further, because now it's no longer just about environmental policy, it's about a broader political future. Social media exploded. Some see him as a reformer fighting bureaucracy and boosting the economy, while others see him as a threat to environmental and public health. And that divide is exactly why his name is trending so heavily. At its core, this story isn't just about one man, it's about a much bigger question. How do we balance protecting the planet with driving economic growth? And can such major decisions be made without consequences? Zeldin has become a symbol of this conflict. Every decision he makes, every statement he gives, instantly turns into a global debate. Because what happens in the United States doesn't stay there. It affects the entire world. And in the end, whether you support him or oppose him, one thing is clear. This isn't the end of the story. It's just the beginning.